Welcome to this TED Talks video workshop. In this video, you'll be introduced to the background and purpose of the TED website. You'll learn how to set up and access your own TED account, customize and view your profile, and make social connections within the TED community. You'll learn how to navigate and interact with the website and how to view and participate in the spreading of ideas. You'll learn about TED Ed and how to access and customize lessons already created in the TED Ed framework. Finally, we'll look at a quick evaluation of the pros and cons of TED tools in education. TED was originally established as a nonprofit organization in 1984. Architect and graphic designer Richard Werman spearheaded and helped organize a conference for the sharing of ideas among professionals from the fields of technology, entertainment, and design. Obviously then, TED is not the name of a founder, but an acronym born from that first gathering of great minds and ideas. The TED conferences eventually became an annual event, and while their focus has broadened over the years, TED's acquisition by Chris Anderson and the Sapling Foundation in 2001 brought even more change. There was a new commitment to seek out the world's most interesting speakers, no matter what their field of expertise. There was more reaching outside the U.S. and more determination that the ideas and inspiration generated at TED could and should have an impact well beyond the conference itself. With that goal in mind, TED began an online offering that has evolved to its current design and has maintained the commitment to ideas worth spreading. While this idea-spreading tool is often referred to as TED Talks, the website is simply TED.com, not TEDTalks.com. There's an unrelated blog that just happens to be about technology at TED Talks, so don't confuse the two. You'll know you're in the right place if you see the big red TED. Now let's get started. When you get to the TED homepage, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner the Sign In and Register links. If you don't already have a TED account, click on Register and fill in the form. Obtaining a user account with TED is free. Once you're registered, click on the Sign In link, enter your email address and password, and click Submit. Now that you're signed in, the links in the upper right-hand corner have changed. You now have the option to view your account, which is where we are now, edit your profile, or sign out. Here on the account page there are two tabs at the top left, one for the main account page and one for communication management. On this main account page you'll see a summary of your profile, your personal information, and a brief description of how to communicate with other members. On the communication management page, you can edit your notification settings, see who you've communicated with, and block members if you wish. Now let's take a quick look at the profile link. There are three tabs on this page, one that summarizes your profile and your TED site activity, one that shows your favorite talks, and one that displays your activity on the TED Ed site, which we'll talk about in a moment. On the main profile page, you'll see another link off to the right where you can edit your profile. You have the opportunity on this page to tell a lot about yourself. Since this site is about spreading ideas, the more you tell about yourself, the easier it will be for others who share your interests to find you. If you're interested in connecting with others on TED, these are the links for you: TED Conversations and TED Community. In Conversations, you can share ideas, ask questions, start a debate, or participate in conversations started by others. In TED Community, you can find people that fit your search criteria from all over the world. All the tools for creating and refining your search are here on the left, and you can dictate how you want those results sorted by clicking the drop-down menu here on the right. If you find someone you're interested in sharing ideas with, simply click on the email link in the upper right-hand corner of their profile page. There are several more links in this upper section that connect to ingenious ways that TED has come up with to spread ideas and get people thinking. There's a page full of information about TED conferences, a page for teaching organizations and communities how to create their own TED-like conferences, a page dedicated to the TED Prize, which is a $100,000 award given annually to help someone with an exceptional idea take their shot at changing the world, and There's a page that describes how TED teams with young innovators to enhance the impact that they can make with their ideas. This link on the far right, TED Initiatives, gives a brief overview of each of the projects I just described, along with several others. There's a link to the TED blog that can keep you updated on all the TED news. It also has links to several other project-specific blogs and a few other tools you might find useful, like this list of over 1,200 talks in a downloadable spreadsheet, or this list of talks that you can download, save to your flash drive, and view independent of the website. Their About page is where you can find their very liberal Creative Commons license. However, all these links are basically supplementary to the core content of the TED organization, which is, of course, the talks. The 4 bold links in the top center of the home page give you a variety of resources for finding your inspiration. I'm going to jump around here a little. The bottom link is for finding talks in multiple languages. Through this page, you can find talks in over 100 languages or volunteer to help translate talks yourself. The speakers link lets you search for and look up detailed information about individual speakers, including quotes and links to their talks. The main talks link shows snapshots of speakers with brief stats about their talks, the title, the length of the talk, the posting date, the number of views, number of comments made about the talk, and rating information. We'll learn in a moment how you can contribute to the rating process. Here on the left are a number of tools for finding and organizing talks that meet your specifications. One thing not to miss on this page is the tiny red link here on the right. It leads to a page of almost 1,700 TED quotes with links to the talks where they originated. Finally, the Themes link takes you to a page where talks are, as the title says, grouped by themes. This is a good tool for educators who are looking for a specific theme. Now let's take a look at what interactive options are available when you watch a TED Talk. For talks that were originally presented at a TED conference or other TED event, there are generally 4 options here at the bottom of the video screen. You can embed this video into your blog or website by copying and pasting the HTML. You can download this video for future viewing or load the audio into your iTunes account. You can mark it as a favorite, and you can rate it. To rate a video, simply mark 3 words that you think best describe this talk. Your ratings are added to those of others to give new viewers an overall idea of what people think of this video. You can also share a video through any number of social networking accounts you might have, such as Facebook or Twitter. You can make comments about this talk and read the comments of others. You can also bring up a written transcript of the talk. Click anywhere on the text, and you will be taken directly to that point in the video. On the right, TED will also make suggestions about what you might like to watch next based on your usage. There's also a tiny link underneath the main row of response links that allows you to add this talk to a DVD. DVD on Demand lets you custom create a 90-minute DVD with up to 6 talks for about $10. Now, if the video was produced somewhere other than a TED event, like this J.K. Rowling address at a Harvard commencement, the options may be slightly different. While some of the options are the same, the tools here ask you to go to the Harvard video site in order to take advantage of others. While I've barely scratched the surface of this amazing tool, I'll leave the rest of the exploring to you so we can take a minute to explore TED Ed. At the top of the page, click on the TED Ed link. TED Ed lessons are made up of amazingly animated educational videos with quizzes, think questions, and other resources. You can use lessons exactly as they're created, or you can flip or customize them as you wish. Your assignment will include viewing this 3-minute TED Ed tour. But before we review your assignment, let's watch a 2-minute clip that will let you see firsthand the motivational nature of the TED Ed videos.
Right now, somewhere out there, there's an educator delivering a mind-altering lesson to their class.
I want to engage your brains in this.
Try to get my head around how vast our Earth is.
But that lesson only reaches the students in that room. What would happen if we could could capture that lesson?
This is a toothed wheel.
What if pro animators and visualization artists could bring that lesson to life?
It's an object we see every day that would literally fit 1 million Earths.
It's got a bunch of notches and it's got a bunch of teeth. This was Fizo's solution.
When that lesson lands, curiosity is ignited.
It seems impossibly big, but
And something interesting happens.
in the great scheme of things, it's just a pinprick.
A door is starting to close on the light beam that's coming back to his eye.
Then that group of students is one thought closer to being what every teacher hopes their students will become, a lifelong learner.
Based on the distance between the two stations,
The quest for knowledge and understanding never gets dull. It doesn't.
he calculates the speed of light to within 2% of its actual value.
The more you know, the more amazing the world seems.
That's the central mission of TED Ed, to capture and to amplify the voice of the world's greatest teachers.
Does this in 1849.
And it's the crazy possibility. It's the unanswered questions that pull us forward. So, stay curious.
TED Ed is really an invitation to teachers all around the world to submit their best lessons.
We review each submission and we work with the educators to refine the lesson and make sure that they're less than 10 minutes long.
From there, we mail out these portable recording booths. A teacher pulls up their final lesson, presses record, and then can instantly share it with our animation team.
It's also an invitation to animators. We are looking for talented animators to get involved, submit their reels, and help us animate these incredible lessons.
Right now, there's a gifted educator somewhere out there delivering a life-changing lesson. The TED Ed team hopes that anyone who's passionate about education will help us find that teacher, capture that moment, and amplify it the way that it deserves to be amplified.
I hope that piqued your interest in this amazing tool. Your assignment is to watch the TED Ed tour. If you have trouble finding it again, the link is in your handout. After watching the video, try flipping a lesson for yourself. First, select a TED Ed video. Click Watch, then View Full Lesson, then flip this lesson. Following the instructions from the tour video, customize the lesson to your liking, or leave it alone if you think it's perfect. I think I'll change the title and when I look at the quick quiz, maybe I'll decide that I want to exclude numbers 1 and 4. Also, I don't want to add any extra content to this lesson. I like it the way it is, and I don't have any special instructions for students, so I'm going to exclude the "and finally" part. Now, preview it if you'd like. If things look like you want, click Publish, and you're done. Be sure to email the link for your flipped lesson to your instructor. His email address is in your handout. As a quick wrap-up, TED is a great free motivational tool with much more content control than most video websites. It does contain a huge quantity of interesting content, so student time on the site may need to be limited to prevent distractions. There isn't an option to directly upload your own videos into the site, but you can import from YouTube to create lesson plans from an original video or other video of your choice. You'll learn about that in the TED Ed video tour. Finally, I was a bit disappointed in some of the content in the lesson tools in TED Ed. Granted, I haven't looked at all the lessons, but I found that the quick quiz items in particular tended to request superficial regurgitation of information, and not always even key information. However, considering all the great content in the talks and the versatility of excluding any lesson tools, this was actually a pretty minor concern. Overall, I think TED is a terrific educational resource. Thanks for watching.